Armin stood outside the cafe like someone waiting for a storm he knew he couldn't avoid. The December sun was bright but cold, and the small Karachi cafe, warm lights, soft music, the smell of cinnamon drifting out, felt like it belonged to a different universe entirely. A universe where people went on dates, dressed nicely, smiled easily, and didn't show up wearing a shirt borrowed 5 minutes earlier. He looked down at himself for the 10th time. Denial's navy button-down and cologne. Denial's watch. Denial's confidence? No, even that didn't come with the outfit. His phone buzzed again. Bro, she'll be there any second. Just go in, say I'm sorry, and keep her from feeling bad. 5 minutes. Promise. Armin exhaled, pushing the phone back into his pocket. Denial always sounded so casual, but Armin understood the panic behind the words. His brother never missed commitments, but the workshop was overflowing today. 3 clients waiting, 1 furious, 1 crying, and the car blocking the entrance refusing to start. Armin couldn't blame him. Still, a blind date? He rubbed the back of his neck. He'd never even been on one himself. His idea of socializing was group study sessions and awkward birthday gatherings where he stood in corners hoping no one asked him to mingle. But denial had raised him since he was 10. That fact alone made no impossible. So Armin inhaled, squared his shoulders, and stepped inside. The cafe was small, cozy, and filled with soft sunlight filtering through the large front window. Wooden shelves lined the walls, stacked with classic novels, local poetry collections, tiny potted plants, and hand-painted mugs. It smelled like cardamom chai and freshly baked pastries, homely, warm, welcoming. He scanned the tables. Then he saw her. She sat near the window, her scarf falling loosely around her shoulders, a notebook open in front of her with a mechanical pencil resting on top. She wasn't fidgeting, anxiously checking her phone, or staring at the door the way someone waiting to be impressed usually would. Instead, she was sketching something in her notebook with calm focus, her posture relaxed, her expression thoughtful. Armin's heart took an uncomfortable leap. She wasn't what he expected, whatever that was supposed to be. She looked up. Their eyes met, and she smiled. It wasn't a loud smile, not the type denial usually attracted, flirty or dramatic. It was soft. Simple. Genuine. You must be. Denial, she said, closing her notebook gently. Armin almost choked. Oh, actually, no. I mean, yes. I mean, I'm not denial. He blinked rapidly. I'm Armin. Her eyebrows lifted in mild surprise as he slowly sat down across from her, feeling like the world's worst imposter. Armin, she repeated. Denial's brother? He nodded, cheeks warming. Yeah. He wanted to come. Truly. He just got stuck at work and couldn't leave. He asked me to come tell you so you wouldn't think he ditched you. Her gaze lowered for a moment as if she were processing that. Then she looked up again, studying him, not irritated, not offended, simply observing. That was thoughtful of him, she said, and thoughtful of you. Most people wouldn't bother. Armin cleared his throat. Well. Denial does everything for me. This is the least I could do. Silence settled for a moment, not uncomfortable, just quiet. She tilted her head. Did you two grow up close? Armin thought about that. Yes. But also, no. He's 7 years older than me. For the longest time, he was more like a guardian than a brother. But he never made me feel like a burden. He hesitated, not sure why he was sharing so much with a stranger. He gave up a lot for me. That's rare, she said softly, as if she meant it. Armin shifted, suddenly aware of how earnest he sounded. Anyway, I didn't come to ruin your day. I just came to explain. And now, she asked, leaning slightly forward. Are you planning to leave immediately? I mean, that was the plan. She looked at him, then at the empty seat across from her, then back at him with a tiny, curious smile. Sit. At least for a few minutes. You walked all the way here. Let's not waste the tea menu. He froze. Oh, I don't want to make it awkward. It's only awkward if we make it awkward. Her tone was matter-of-fact, gentle but firm. Besides, you don't seem like the type who enjoys running away. He blinked. I'm absolutely the type who runs away. She laughed softly, the kind of laugh that felt like a warm breeze brushing past him. A moment later, the waiter arrived. She ordered chai and almond cake. Armin, unsure of everything, asked for a simple tea. When the waiter left, she turned to him. So what do you study? She asked. Her question was simple, but Armin felt his defenses loosen. Mechanical engineering. Robotics specialization. Her eyes lit up. Robotics? As in machines, sensors, and all that difficult stuff? Yeah, he said, a little shy. I like figuring out how things move. How systems work. That's interesting, she said, genuinely. I'm more into things that don't necessarily work the way they're supposed to. He tilted his head. Like what? She tapped her notebook. Design. Sketching. Reshaping things. Creating things out of nothing. You're an artist? She gave a modest shrug. I'm trying to be. Armin smiled without realizing it. Well, from what I saw, you're already one. She blinked, surprised by the compliment, then looked down at her notebook with a small, quiet smile. The faintest pink touched her cheeks. They talked. Somehow the conversation flowed, easily, naturally, as if the space between them wasn't filled with two strangers but two people discovering familiar pieces of themselves. She told him about her dream of opening a small design studio someday. He told her about his stubborn robotics professor who called him overly gentle for engineering. She laughed, saying she could see it. He didn't know why it was so easy to talk to her. Maybe because she wasn't trying to impress him, or test him, or judge him. Maybe because she listened, not with polite nods but with genuine interest. Maybe because, for the first time in a long time, someone wasn't comparing him to denial. Time slipped by unnoticed. An hour. He didn't even realize it until the afternoon's call for ASR floated gently through the air outside. She closed her notebook, stood slowly, adjusting her scarf as sunlight spilled across her shoulders. Well, she said softly, thank you for staying. Even if you weren't part of the original plan. Armin stood too, hands awkward by his sides. It was, really nice. She paused, looking at him with an expression he couldn't quite understand, something gentle, something open. Then she asked, voice barely above a whisper. Will we meet again next time? Her question hit him harder than he expected, leaving him standing there, confused, breathless, and strangely hopeful.